Come to the center of your mat, sitting on your heels, sitting straight up. Take in some really deep breaths. Right hand over the heart, left hand over the belly. Breathe in and hold for 3. Exhale loudly, sticking your tongues out for lion's breath. Clasp your hands behind your back, look up, and fold forward, keeping your hips to your heels. Stretch your arms out in front of you, elbows off the ground, forehead on the floor. Setting your intention for the day. Knees can be together or open wide. Today is all about Jupiter in retrograde and also in Capricorn. Capricorn is grounded, and so we're going to focus on some grounding work today. You can place a block underneath your head if you need. Capricorn also likes to push themselves to the next level, and they work hard. So we're going to try to push ourselves to the next level today. Continue to take really deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Place your block off to the side if you have one, and bring your hands over to the left side, remaining in child's pose. Right hand over left hand, just stretching out that right side. Come to center, and walk your hands over to the right, left hand over right hand, stretching out that left side. Come to all fours for just a moment, and then lean forward, looking up with lion's breath. Your knees should be far out to the side. This is called frog's pose. So you're on your belly, but your knees are apart, and feet up in the air, or together if possible. You can support yourself on your forearms, and just continue to look up. Breathe in deeply, exhale loudly, sticking your tongue out for some lion's breath. This is a powerful pose. Really opening up those hips. Extend your legs out behind you, push up into plank. And move your top body in a circle here. So just warming up those rests. And move in the opposite circle. Knees to the ground for some cat-cows. Inhale cat, exhale cow. Inhale cat and stick out that tongue for lions. You can wind around in a circle here, wagging that tail from left to right, just moving any stagnant energy, just really getting ready for class today. Warming up that spine and those shoulders, just pushing up and down off of those shoulders, really using the ground here. And continue to wind through. Find your way into down dog, bending one knee and then the other. Left leg to the sky, bend and extend a few times. Just really warming up those hamstrings. You can move your thigh in a circle. Extend out and hold, bend the knee, and come into pigeon. The front of your left leg should be perpendicular with the front of your mat. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight, extended out behind you. Forehead is on the block or on the mat if possible. We're just warming up those hips from the beginning of class, and we're going to repeat this again at the end. So no need to get into your deepest pigeon at this point. This is just to warm up. You can roll your head from side to side, just massaging out that forehead on your block or on the ground. You can extend your arms out in front of you and attempt to get deeper. Just a little while longer, taking really deep breaths into the hip area. You can push up with your arms and look up for just a moment. And then back down onto your forehead. Move the block off to the side. Lift your back leg up, knee to the sky, just rolling out any soreness. Lift up your right leg, bend and extend a few times. Keep that knee bent and circle out that hip. Leg to the sky. Bend that knee and bring it in into pigeon. So if possible, your right leg, the front of your right leg should be perpendicular with the front of your mat at a 90-degree angle. Forehead to the ground. Just breathing in really deep. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and hold at the top. Exhale loudly. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, fill up the belly. And exhale through the mouth. You can push off with your arms here, staying in pigeon. Lower back down. Just moving through that spine a bit. You can come down to your forearms or extend your arms out in front of you. Move the block off to the side. Take a quick back bend. Push off with those hands. Step back into down dog. Bending each leg. Rolling into plank. And leaning forward into puppy. So arms extended out straight in front of you, chin on the ground, looking up, hips to the sky, knees on the ground. Go ahead and take your legs to your left side, sitting onto your right hip. Clasp your left elbow with your right hand, twisting over to the right, bringing that left hand to your right knee. Attempting to keep both hips on the ground. So your feet are on the ground, not underneath you. This is a slight twist here. It's also really great for alignment. Release the arms, bring them up over your head, and let's rotate to the other side. So both feet bent to the right of your body, both hips on the ground, arms to the sky. Clasp your right elbow with your left hand and twist a bit to the left, grabbing your left elbow with your right hand. This is a slight twist and really great for alignment. Keeping both hips on the ground, not seated on your feet. Your feet are just sitting there to the right of your hip. Release the arms, release the legs. Let's come into butterfly, feet together. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to come into dancers on the floor here. So your right leg should be bent in front of you at a 90-degree angle. Your left knee should be slightly behind you. And you can take a strap around your left foot, really opening up through the chest here and pulling onto that strap. And slowly release. We're going to do that on the other side. So swing that left leg around, bent at a 90-degree angle in front of you. Bring your right knee behind you, right foot behind you, and clasp your right hand with your arms if possible, or use a strap, attempting to move that knee further back behind you, lifting up with your arms and through your chest. We're going to do this again at the end of class, so no need to go to your fullest at this point. And slowly release. You can move the strap off to the side. Bring your legs back around. Feet together, knees apart for butterfly. Just clasping the bottom of your feet, sitting straight up. And leaning forward. Release the feet and come into puppy, hips to the sky, knees on the ground, arms out extended in front of you, chin to the ground looking up if possible or onto your forehead. Release and step back into down dog. Bend the knees, hop, jump or step forward, flat back, fold forward, swim the arms up over the head, look up, palm to chest, and fold forward. Arms to the ground, step into plank, chaturanga and hold for 5, up dog, Look to the right, look to the left, look up, and down dog. Just some sun salutations here. So bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back, fold forward, swim up, look up, palms to chest, fold forward, hands to the ground, step back, chaturanga, hold, up dog, and down dog. A few more times. Bend the knee, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back, fold forward, swim your arms up, look up, hands to the chest and fold forward. Hands on the ground, step back into plank, chaturanga and hold for 5, up dog, and down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back, fold forward, swim up, look up, palms to chest, palms on the ground, step back, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Bend the knees, hop, step, jump forward, flat back, fold forward, swim the arms up, look up, palms to chest, palms on the ground, stepping back into plank, chaturanga, elbows still at your side, don't dip too low, up dog, and down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back, fold forward. Bring your knees hip distance apart, grabbing onto your elbows, and just laying in that forward fold for a while. You can bend one knee, then the other. Just hang here. Bring your hands to the ground, walk your feet together and slowly roll up. Head comes last. Bring your arms out to the side, palms facing forward, feet together, standing strong and tall in mountain pose. So just hold here in mountain pose. Lift your right knee up and place your right foot on your left thigh. Arms in the sky in a V for tree. So attempting to push that right hip a little bit forward. Just balancing on that left leg, standing straight up. Really focusing here. You can place your arms together at the top. Just balance for as long as possible. Knee to chest and place on the ground. Mountain pose, arms to the side, palms forward. Bring that knee back up to your chest. Grab onto your foot and tuck it into lotus. So your foot is tucked over your left hip, knee facing down towards the ground. If this pose is too intense for you, go ahead and stick with the original tree pose. Arms to the sky in a V shape. Bend your left knee and begin to fold forward while keeping your foot tucked into your hip, bringing your arms down to the ground and straightening out that left leg. You can bend your knee again, slowly roll up. Bring that knee and that leg behind you, step back into Warrior One with eagle arms. Right elbow under the left elbow with a slight back bend here. So the back of your right foot is perpendicular to the back of your mat. Left knee is bent and facing forward. Just find a focus point. Just feel strong here. Capricorns are really strong. So come into crescent pose. Left heel off the ground, arms to the sky. pretending like there is a back wall behind you. Bring your arms into eagle again, right elbow under left elbow, slight back bend and crescent. Arms overhead and reverse crescent. So left hand behind you, right hand forward, attempting to look back, lean back into reverse crescent. Come into a warrior two on that left leg. Just keep the legs there and just open up your arms out to the side. Left knee should be attempting to open out and lean forward into side angle pose. So left hand to the ground, right hand over the head. Left knee is bent at a 90 degree and right leg is fully straight. Straighten out that left leg, look up into tree pose. Your left hand can come off the ground. Just trying to bring both hips forward here. Pick yourself up, lean forward, and lean back into reverse Trikonasana. Wheel your hands back to the ground and step back into down dog. Bend the knees, step forward. We're going to do that again on the left side, so flat back, fold forward, walk your feet out hip distance apart, grab onto your elbows, and hang there for a bit. Really attempting to release your spine here. Forward bends are more about your spine than your legs. You need flexibility in your spine. So bring your feet back together. Slowly roll up, head comes last. Arms to the side, mountain pose, palms facing forward. Just standing strong and powerful here. Finding a fixed point to look at for balance. Bring that left leg up and tuck your left foot into your right thigh. Arms can come overhead in a V, or palms can come together over your head. Bring that knee back up and down to the ground for mountain pose. Lift that knee up, grab your right foot, tuck it into lotus, so your right foot is sitting on top of your right hip. It's going to take a little bit of pressure and strength on that left hip, arms to the sky in a V, balancing in lotus here. Bring your arms, palms together, and start to bend forward, and hands to the ground, keeping your left foot tucked there into that hip. Slowly roll up, release the foot, and step that left leg back into warrior one with your left arm underneath your right elbow, and look up for a back bend and look forward. So the back of your foot is perpendicular to the back of your mat, and your front foot, your left foot, is facing forward. I'm sorry, your right foot is facing forward. Now come into crescent with your left heel off the ground, right foot at a 90 degree angle, arms above your head. Stretch your arms out to the side and look behind you for reverse crescent. So your left hand is in front of you, your right hand is behind you. Bring that right hand onto your left leg and look back. Bring your feet into warrior two. So right foot in a 90 degree angle, left foot straight, arms out, extended in front of you, and lean back for reverse warrior two. Come to the ground, right hand on the ground, left arm into the sky for side angle. Straighten out that right leg for Trikonasana. Lift up and lean back for reverse Trikonasana. Right arm comes over that head. Bend that right knee, step back into plank or into down dog. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee, bend both knees, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back. Roll up slowly, head comes last. Bring those arms out to the side. We're going to do that again on the right side. So tuck in your right foot to your left thigh. As you can see, I'm not perfect and I'm having trouble balancing here. So just find your way into Trikonasana on the right and balance here with your arms over your head in a V. Just finding a focus point. Right knee into chest, foot to the ground. Just standing in mountain pose. Let's bring that right foot tucking into that left hip, arms to the sky, palms together, folding forward, down to the ground, and straightening your right foot, your right leg. Or your left leg, I'm sorry. And slowly roll up, release that right foot down to the ground. Bring the right foot behind you for dancers. Left arm extended out. Step back into warrior one. Eagle arms, slight back bend. Rotate that foot around for crescent pose. So lift the heel off the ground, arms up, reverse crescent. Left hand behind you, right hand forward. Left hand to right leg and look back for reverse crescent. Swing those legs around for warrior two. Left leg forward, right foot back, arms out to your side. Straightening out both legs, heels in, toes out for goddess. So just bend and extend those legs a few times to get comfortable. Twist to the right, hands on your thighs, twist to the left. And twist center. Clasp your hands behind your head and come into a forward fold. Your feet can be pointed straight here. Attempting to bring your head to the ground, you can place both palms on the ground. Come into ninja on your right, so right knee bent, left leg straight. You could extend your arms out in front of you. And swim over to the other side, left knee bent, right leg straight. And balance. You could point or extend or flex that foot. Bring your right knee to the ground, left knee perpendicular and bent, arms to the sky. Just bend and extend that left leg. We're prepping for splits here. And sit back onto that right foot, left leg stays out in front of you for half splits. Fold forward. Bend that right foot and grab it with your left arm. You could attempt to turn out your left leg for a deeper stretch. Bring a block, slide into your splits, and use that block underneath your thigh if you need. And let's just sit in our splits for a few seconds. You can fold forward, bringing your head to your knee. You can roll back and release the block. Swing that leg off to the side, knees on the ground still, both knees bent. Come into puppy, both arms extended out in front of you, hips to the sky, chin to the ground, looking forward. And come into down dog. Bend the knees, look, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back, fold forward. We're going to do all that again on the left side. Bring your feet hip distance apart and hang here. You can grab your elbows Just dangle for a second. Enjoy this moment. Continue to breathe. Walk your feet back together. Roll up. Head comes last. Arms to the side. Palms facing forward for mountain. Left leg up. Bring your left foot to your right thigh. Both arms to the sky in a V for triangle. For tree pose, sorry. Both hips should be facing forward. Knee back up to chest and back down to the ground for mountain. Arms to the side, palms forward. You can roll out those ankles for a second. Bring your left foot tucked into your right hip. Knees facing down. Just really pushing that left hip forward. Palms to your chest. Bend the right knee. Hands to the ground. Straighten that right leg. And roll up. We're going to come into dancer. So left hand over left foot. Lift up. And launch back into warrior one. Ninja on the left. Left elbow under right elbow. Bring that heel up into crescent pose. Arms over your head. And reverse crescent. So left arm in front of you, right hand back, looking back behind you. Your right hand over your left leg and look back. That is reverse crescent. Swing your arms over into warrior two. Right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky for side angle pose. Leaning back and straightening out that right leg for Trikonasana. Left arm to the sky. And lean back into reverse Trikonasana. Bend your right knee, extending your left for ninja with your arms out in front of you. Swim over to the left side, left knee bent, right foot straight, arms out in front of you. And let's just swim our way into goddess. So heels in, toes out. Twist to the left, twist to the right, twist to the left, and find both arms on the ground. Step back into down dog. Come into plank, chaturanga and hold. Up dog and down dog. Let's come into child's pose, sitting onto your heels. Hips to the heels, knees can be out, open, or together. Arms out, extended in front of you, forehead on the ground. Just breathing in real deep. Bring your left foot in front of you, right knee on the ground, just bending and extending that right leg. Arms to the sky. We forgot our splits here. Let's pick up that right foot with that right hand and twist. Release. Come into half splits, sitting on that right heel. Leaning forward into that left foot. Bending back into that left knee and straightening out into your splits, bringing a block underneath. So I messed up a bit here. I'm so sorry. Almost forgot those splits. You can fold forward, forehead to the knee. Release that block. Swim that leg back behind you, both knees on the ground, hips to the sky for puppy, arms extended out in front of you, chin to the ground. And now let's come back to sitting onto our heels. Bring both feet to your left hip, right hip on the ground, grabbing your left arm with your right arm, or your left elbow with your right arm, and swinging your left hand over to your right knee with a slight twist here. So that left hip should be pushing towards the ground, even though you're sitting on that right hip. And release, both arms up. We're going to switch sides here, so bring both feet around, tucked, not tucked under you, just to the right of your right hip. Grab your right elbow with your left hand and swing over to the left side, bringing your right hand to your left knee for a twist and attempting to get that, pushing that right hip down to the ground. This is really great for alignment. And releasing your arms, releasing your feet. Bring both feet together, hips open wide. Sitting straight up, grabbing onto your feet and folding forward for butterfly. And release. Bring your right foot in front of you at a 90-degree angle and your left foot behind you. Taking a strap over that left foot and try to take it a little bit deeper this time. We're repeating what we did at the beginning of class. So this is pretty much as seated dancers. Opening up through the chest, maybe a slight back bend. Really pushing your limits. And release. Swinging both legs around in front of you. Left knee bent in front of you, right knee behind you. A strap over your right foot or both hands over your foot for more advanced yogis. Really attempting to sit into those hips. You can leave one arm on the ground like I have here. My left arm is actually on the ground for balance. And your right knee should be behind you. Just trying to get your foot to your head. Release that strap. Swinging both feet in front of you. Feet together, knees apart. Stand straight up. And butterfly and fold forward. Release your legs, extend them out in front of you, arms to the sky, lean forward. Just grabbing onto those feet. You can use a block for a deeper stretch here, so bringing that block in front of both your feet and grabbing onto the block instead of your feet and pushing forward. Bring that block off to the side. Bring your right knee to your chest, right arm to the sky, lean forward, and stretch towards your left foot. You can wrap your right hand around your right knee, clasping both hands behind your back. Both arms to the sky, right knee out to the side, and folding forward over that left leg. Your right knee is bent, it's hard to see in my video. And release, arms to the sky. Grab your foot and attempt to tuck it into lotus, so your right foot over your left hip, fold forward over that left leg, and look up. These are some really deep stretches here, so if you can't go all the way, don't push yourself. Arms to the sky, release that foot behind you. So knee bent, foot behind you, and lean forward over that left leg. I like to grab my left leg with my right hand and use my left hand onto the ground for support, for balance. Bring both feet in front of you. Now bend the left knee, left arm to the sky, and attempt to wrap your left arm around your left leg and wrap both arms behind you. Both arms to the sky. Left knee at a 90-degree angle, fold forward. Arms to the sky, grab onto that left foot and tuck it into your right hip. Arms to the sky, fold forward. Arms to the sky. Release that foot. Bring both feet behind you and sit in between your feet onto the ground while leaning all the way back to the ground if possible. So your hips are on the ground here. This is a slight back bend, but we've done enough stretching where this should come a little bit easier right now. So both knees are bent, feet are behind you, and you're sitting in between your feet, not on your feet. Slowly walk your arms up. You can grab onto the backs of your feet for support. You can tap out your feet. Coming into child's pose here. And come to seated on your mat, laying on your back, knees bent, feet on the ground. We're just going to do some not push-ups, but lifting our pelvis up to the sky. Just keep pulsing, squeezing those cheeks at the top. You can squeeze one cheek for 5, and then the next, and then both for 5. Keep squeezing and release, and squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Bring your hands behind your head for some crunches. Knees stay in the same place. Just keep crunching for 5. Bring your right knee to the sky. Tabletop pose. You can turn out here for another 5. Keep crunching. Legs straight. Crunch for 5. Arms to the sky. Knee bent, tabletop, and crunch for 5. Right foot down, left leg up, and tabletop, crunch for 5. Keep crunching. Turn that knee out and crunch for 5. Legs straight, arms to the sky. You can keep one hand behind your neck for support. Just really using that core, tabletop. Keep crunching. Both feet on the ground, come to a circle. So circle right for 5, a full circle, and then circle to the left. So just bringing your whole center body up and over to the right. Both knees in and hold, arms off the ground. And release. Both legs extended out in front of you, hands to a T. So we're going to crisscross our legs straight up into the sky. So right foot over left foot alternating. So lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and walk your legs back down, just crisscrossing your right foot over your left foot. I tend to go really fast right at the bottom here. You can go at your own pace, just keeping your feet off the ground, hands off the ground, and then hug yourself and release. Lift your pelvis off the ground and bring a block above your tailbone onto your lower back and fully release into that supported bridge. You can bring your feet up onto your tippy toes, release the block, knock in your knees. It's always important to knock into the knees after some type of back bend. Bring that block underneath your lower back and fully surrender. For a supported bridge, you can lift one leg to the sky and then another, and then both up to the sky with feet flexed. You can make adjustments if needed, and both feet to the ground, lifting that pelvis up. Feet to the sky, and just sit here for a moment. This is great for alignment. Both feet on the ground, onto your tippy toes, and release that block. Knock those knees in. Get ready for wheel, both feet on the ground. Hands will come up behind, by your ears, and push off of your arms, really pushing through your chest. Back bends are much more about the front of your chest. You can come up onto your tippy toes, you can lift one leg, and then the other. Slowly bend your elbows and roll down. And knock in those knees. We're going to do that one more time. So hands by your ears, feet on the ground, pushing up off of your hands. Just pushing through that chest here. You can attempt, for more advanced yogis, to come onto both of your forearms while remaining in wheel. Your hands clasped behind your head for support. Slowly attempting to straighten both your legs. Only for advanced yogis, really pushing through the top of the chest and not forcing your lower back. If you feel any pain, immediately come out of it. You can come up onto your tippy toes, walk your arms back up into wheel. Bending your elbows and rolling down. Knocking in those knees. Just taking in really big deep breaths here, always breathing into that lower belly. Just using up all of your lungs. Loud exhales if you need. Bring those toes into your chest and give yourself a big hug. Roll up into seated. And sit and straddle, so both legs out to the side. Lean over to your left and then to your right. Bring that left arm over your head to the left foot for a side stretch. You should feel that this is also stretching out your hips in the backs of your sides. Face your left leg and bring both arms over your left foot. Attempting to bring your forehead to your knee or your forehead to your foot. Come center, arms stretched out in front of you. Attempting to let go, attempting to release. Come over to that right side with your left arm over your head, towards your right foot, stretching out that left side. Both arms over your head, facing your right leg. Bring both arms around your right foot and attempt to bring your right forehead or your forehead to your foot or to your knee. And come center. And walk back up. And attempt to lean forward into a middle split. Using your arms for support, you don't need to come all the way down. Release those legs, bend your knees if you need to, if you can't come all the way around. Let's come to puppy, hips to the sky, knees on the ground, arms out in front of you, chin to the ground. And find your way back into down dog, left leg to the sky, bend the knee, and bring that knee into pigeon. Ideally, the front of your foot is facing the front of your mat, but if you're unable to be at a 90-degree angle, your foot could be closer to your hip, like you see here. You could lean on a block. This is the second pigeon of the day, so feel free to come to your full pigeon. Just continue to release those thoughts and ask your body to completely let go and surrender. Just getting comfortable, extending your arms out in front of you, staying in pigeon. It's important to sit in these for a long time. And lift up off your hands, just picking that back leg up. Back into down dog. You can roll out that left hip if you need, right leg to the sky, right knee in to a 90-degree angle for pigeon. Just sitting onto that right hip. You can roll your head from left to right, onto a block or onto the ground. Just fully surrendering, bringing your arms out in front of you, just finding any place to let go, to fully relax. Breathing into that hip, coming into your deepest pose. Capricorn likes to push themselves to the next level. That's what we're trying to do here. Push off of those arms. Swim your legs in front of you. Lie on your back. Extend your legs out in front of you. Bring your right knee in. Left leg straight on the ground. And just massage out that right hip. Just move it in a circle a few times. You can extend that leg up to the sky. Right arm out to a T. You can use your left arm for support as well. Bring your right hand to your right heel and move that leg out to the side and release. Left knee in, right leg straight, just rotating into that hip. Move it in a circle a few times. Extend up, leg straight. Left hand to left heel, stretch that leg out to the side, and release. Both knees in, grab onto your heels. For happy baby, roll onto one side or the other. Just really pushing down those heels and knees coming out to your side. You can straighten one leg and then the other, and then both. Just pushing down onto those heels, bending and flexing the feet. And release the legs. Just lay with butterfly legs for a second. Bring both knees in, give yourself a big, huge hug. Breathe in deep. And completely let go, completely surrender in Chaturanga. And Shavasana, so sorry. Why am I doing that today? So legs out, extended outside of your mat. Arms out to the side. Completely releasing, completely relaxing. Sending yourself tons of love. Today was a strong class. This season should bring you tons of luck. Jupiter in retrograde in Capricorn. Capricorn works hard to achieve their limits. They push themselves. They put in the work. So yoga can be all about love and relaxation, and it can also be about work. Sometimes you have to find your ground and be grounded for that fully mind, body, soul connection. Being grounded means being present, being fully in your body, not being in avoidance, not finding your comfort zone. Hopefully your mind is fully quiet here. Just bring it back to the present if it gets lost. Fully let go. All of those mountain poses should have made you feel so strong. Bring your arms over your head, feet together. Give yourself a big stretch. Just wiggle those fingers and toes. Just chill here for a second. Thanking yourself, loving yourself. Roll onto one side, just leaning on your right or left arm. Coming into this sacred pose of nurturing and healing. This is where we leave our thoughts. Any thoughts that we left, they stay here. Mother Gaia will take them through the earth and transmute them into other energies. You no longer need them. You are healed. So lift off, head comes last. Feet together, knees apart. Right hand over heart, left hand over belly. Taking deep breaths. Sending yourself the deepest love. Thanking yourself for all your hard work, for your power and your courage. Taking in a deep breath, holding 3 at the top, and releasing, palms at your heart. We all have the same heart. We all want the same thing. Be kind to one another, palms to the forehead, and namaste.